Good evening, guys, and welcome to the second round of the SRA Maximum Effort V8 Supercars. With me in the chat is none other than Ryan Lurik. Ryan, you had to rush to make it to the grid once again, but you're here. Field of 12 cars lining up here on Kyalami, and looking forward to some sideways action.
Yeah, good evening, guys, and long awaited broadcast here. Unfortunately, we were unable to miss the first one, but we are ready here in the second round, and there's plenty of action to be delivered here.
Well, as always, on pole position, Dani van Rooyen in the Mobile 1 car, very, very quick. Next to him, Ryan Lurik, the first of the only a couple of Camaros on the grid, actually. Seems to be the fourth, seems to be the favorite round here.
Yeah, they're very quick and strong, but pretty much equal, and they are off. And Yanni, quite a vicious start there.
Yanni putting all of his tyres down on the tar there. And look at Michael Russ. Michael Russ coming from fourth place to dive into the inside. Oh, and there's contact there. Ryan almost loses it into Crowthorne. And Michael Russ moves up. Oh, and we've got contact there. I'm not sure who that was. It looks like Dylan Fisaki. We see Jay de Villiers also going off there. But Michael Russ now in second place, followed by Ryan Lurik, fourth place Dylan Fisaki, and fifth place Melvin Gous.
Unfortunately, Janu getting caught out there and lost a lot of positions there. But Michael Russ there gained huge spaces and making the best of it.
Yeah, Michael starting from fourth place in the grid. He got the power down. He made a superb start. He's up into second place. And he's got a yellow Camaro breathing down his neck. And we can also see Melvin and Dylan now being chased by Peter Geldenhuis. Peter Geldenhuis also in a Camaro. Red Bull livery looking really, really nice on that car. And behind them we have JP Hamilton in the Compass Namibia V8 Supercar.
Yeah, I mean, only a couple of customized skins, but other than that, very much skins belonging to the original mod over here.
And then, as you see, Lyle Ramsey, he actually loves this car. He had a good pace in practice and qualifying. Not sure if he had a bad start. I think he ran a bit wide into turn one. Cost him a couple of positions, but he's being haunted by Yannick Utsina on the second of the Compass Namibia cars.
Yeah, and the guy's absolutely loving this rear wheel drive power. It is absolutely insane.
It is a handful, and towards the end, the tyres just go off completely, and it starts to get really, really interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure. But the guy's doing exceptionally well to keep it on track this far and putting huge pressure on.
You can see Dani van Rooyen already pulling away. He's so comfortable in these cars. He loves it. He's got this car dialed in perfectly and currently running away from the field, but not as quick as you would like. Michael Russ really getting to grips with this Mustang in only the second race, and he is right up there.
Yeah, I mean, not the easiest car to get used to, and I think some of the guys have put in a lot of time and effort to get those lap times down and feel a lot more comfortable with the cars.
Yeah, a lot of setup going into these cars. The slightest of changes, and it's a completely different car. And a lot of guys actually saying tonight that understeer is a big problem on this track.
Yeah, I mean, I can personally vouch for that, and driving style's got to be so smooth, and you can't overdrive it.
Well, if we look further back, we see Melvin looks like he's catching up to Dylan now, and Ryan really late on the brakes there. Melvin also sliding it into the Crocodiles, really, really late on the brakes. The Camaro seems to have better brakes than the Mustang, but the Mustang just has the power out of the corners.
Yeah, that's been the general feedback. Oh, and Dylan runs very wide. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Melvin going to make use of all of that opportunity.
And he's going to try and come onto the inside. But again, you can see the power of the Mustang.
Yeah, it's crazy. But best get in the slip and hopefully get a pass down at the bottom.
So come down to Crowthorne, very late on the brakes. Camaro on the inside there, will Melvin be able to stick the pass? Yes, he gets past Dylan, going sideways. Dylan has to get on the brakes.
Oh, Dylan's gonna make use of that, but not quite got the edge.
Well, Peter Geldenhuis is now coming into play here.
Yeah, Dylan in the Camaro sandwich, I wouldn't feel comfortable on the brakes in that sandwich. But how brilliant do these cars sound? Absolutely mental.
Screaming like crazy.
Melvin, very wide there. That's not the place where you want to be wide.
Well, this is allowing Dylan to come back into play, and as they go towards the S's, let's see what happens through here. The Mustang is just so much more settled down than the Camaro, and you can see it in both Peter and Melvin's cars. The rear does seem to be a bit loose on them.
No, that's for sure. But yeah, Camaro, then again, very quick, very good on the brakes.
Another Ford Chef battle here. Michael Russ leading the way in second place, ahead of Ryan Ludik in the tradie Camaro, and Ryan going onto the grass there. That's not a good idea. He's going to lose a lot of traction, but still very late on the brakes. He manages to hold on to it. And
one of the fastest parts in the circuit where you've got to have a big pair under there to be able to get through there quickly, and not the place you want to go off at all.
Definitely
very scary.
Not. And looking through the rest of the field, only lady driver Chantal de Jager. She is not very fond of these cars, but yet she's still driving. And then Jay de Villiers, he was quite quick in practice, but it seems like he has gone off. Yeah, he had that second corner incident, so he's trying to find his way back.
But he also, post race chats, he shared some information about going to harder compound tyre, which has not worked in his favour.
No, definitely not. We see Janu there. Janu now catching up to Lyle Ramsey, so Janu fighting all the way from the back. And Yannick could see has fallen back. He was on the rear bumper of Lyle, but Lyle has pulled a gap there, and Janu is pushing this Mustang super hard to try and make up for time. Lost time.
These two are super talented real life racers, and I'm sure they've raced each other on track. I can't actually recall, but very, very talented.
You see Janu there using the track and a bit more, really trying to catch up here. And the Shell Mustang, it just seems like he is slowly catching up to Lyle there. I know Janu was still struggling with setup in qualifying.
A bit of a mistake there late, but keeps it clean. Yeah, as we say, it's not the easiest cars to tame, and to be quick and consistent in these cars is a very difficult game.
Well, you see Donnie now having gotten to grips with it, and Ryan Ludik actually haven't gotten past. We missed that one, but Ryan is past Michael Russ there, and Ryan now up into second place, sliding out of the last corner onto the main straight. And so somewhere along the line, Michael either made a mistake or Ryan just got the pass done and slowly pulling away now.
Yeah, I don't know, that Mustang... it should have an answer in it, but yeah, we'll wait and see.
Well, in the background there, you could see Janu still chasing, and he's right up on the rear bumper of Lyle Ramsey. So, what is Lyle going to do? He's going to be able to. Janu jumps over the curbs.
Super low to the ground. I wouldn't be trusting curbs at that point.
You can see Janu's car is really, really low compared to that of Lyle's car, even. Running a really low setup here, and that thing is going to bottom out for sure over the curbs.
No, that's for sure. In Kyalami, you definitely want to use some of the curbs.
Got a bit of a higher car here, and well, so far it's working for Janu. Unfortunately, that first corner incident for him took him out of the running, but he has made up a lot of spots and he's up into 6th place at the moment. So a good recovery run there, and now he's battling for. No, he's battling. He's in 7th. He's battling for 6th place at the moment.
The championship's still wide open. Anything can happen.
Yeah, with double points being scored at the final round in Bathurst, the race being one long race. Yeah, that is going to be a very interesting one. These are basically sprint races of 20 minutes plus 1 lap now, and even in this race, the soft tyres just does not cut it. They barely make it towards
very, very, very tricky. Janu making, again, more use of more than the track.
So Janu haven't gotten away past Carl, so he moves up into 6th place. Now he's got his eyes sight set on this man, Peter Geldenhuys. We just saw crossing the finish line there. And Peter trying to catch up to Dylan Visagi. Dylan Visagi not having the best run on this track at the moment. Really struggling with the car.
Lots of understeer there by Peter Geldenhuys.
Yeah, that is a problem, as we said earlier, the guys were complaining about, and Peter Geldenhuys there you can see a lot of understeer again. So that car literally does not want to turn in.
And I think it was a little bit worse for the Camaros on Kyalami for understeer. It was definitely seems like the Mustangs had it in the corners.
You can see Michael Rust settling down in third place. Ryan Ludik in second place now. He'll be happy with that. Running a bit wide there, that might close the gap, but not enough for Michael to make any sort of impact. The serious sponsor and leader at the moment, Dani van Rooyen, running away with it yet again. You can see the car looks so settled in, and he's absolutely got the setup perfect, and he loves these cars.
Yeah, he's really got it dialed in, and you can also see running quite a low setup there. It shows that it does work.
So the lower setup does work on the Mustangs, but it seems on the Camaros they do not like that low setup that much.
No, that's for sure. And we are catching up some back markers here.
I see
I believe that's Jay.
That is Jay being caught up. So the hard tyre is definitely not working for him. You can see he's way off pace now.
If I'm not mistaken, it was about 3 seconds a lap different.
Yeah, it should be if you take into consideration that's it is if it's not even more.
Yeah, obviously driver skill dependent and so forth, but yeah, not an easy one.
Ooh, and look at Janu. Janu sliding that car around. He's really pushing to try and catch up to Peter Geldenhuys now. And Lyle is not falling back that much. You can also see Lyle there.
No, he's hanging on.
And they're out to catch Uncle Peter. And you can see these two guys really pushing it.
They're making great headway. That's for sure. This is going to be an interesting battle over here. Because Peter's not going to be the easiest person to pass, but Janu's going to want to be in there. Absolutely spectacular. Lyle really making use of the curbs.
So Lyle is really pushing it. And he's not falling back. He's staying right up there. Up ahead, we've got Dani leading, Ryan Ludik in second. Third place, we have Michael Rust. Fourth place, we have Melvin Gous. Fifth place, Dylan Visagi. And Peter Geldenhuys, this is 6th, 7th and 8th place at the moment. And Peter pushing that Camaro super hard to stay ahead of Janu. But Janu's got other plans. And you can see Janu is really late on the brakes there. And he has closed the gap even more now.
Yeah, he's even breaking away from Lyle and a little bit unsettled there. But yeah, he's not holding back.
These cars are quite forgiving, and we see Beamer Stein there. Omar come in chat. Hi Beamer, welcome to the stream, and glad to see you, mate. As we go through,
Yanni also not having an answer there.
Yeah, Yanni actually struggling in this first race. He was right on pace during practice and quali, but I think these cars are extremely sensitive to impact, and the slightest of impacts just breaks the aero, and as soon as the aero is gone, the car just goes horrible.
No, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, given that they are the speeds they run and cornering speeds, aero very important, and as it would be in real life, any sort of damage will cost you big time.
Well, if you look back, Dylan actually hanging on to Melvin there, so the gap remains the same throughout, about 2-3 seconds between these guys, and not much in it. If they make one single mistake, you can be sure the other is going to be on the rear bumper. But at the moment, not a lot of dice is going on. I think the guys, you'll start to see the cars sliding around a lot now with the tyres going off.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to change it, because some were able to make more benefits out of having a looser setup car, and yeah, some really struggling.
And you can see Jay there on the hard tyres, as said, that just didn't work for him. And
well, at the very least, he didn't have too much tyre wear.
Yeah, he had no tyre wear, but I mean the car just doesn't like those hard tyres.
Yeah, you can see he's just giving up.
And look at this, Janu van der Westhuizen, a man on a mission. He's catching up every single lap to Peter Geldenhuys at the moment.
Yeah, they've made a huge gap to Lyle. So Lyle not having the answer, but Janu is hungry to get his positions back.
Now, Janu is really pushing that, and as I said, bit of a twitch there, so he's on the limit. And I know he said he wasn't too happy
Well,
with
Peter
the
runs
setup.
wide.
So
Oh, Janu's going to have a run on him.
And Janu makes a
Easily
move.
done. Easily done.
That's what we said.
Talk about the mistakes, eh?
One
Oh,
single
and
mistake.
Janu runs wide.
Now, Peter will not. Is he going to go for it? He made a
Not
quick
quite.
look, but he just didn't have the edge to pass him. And surely Janu will be pulling away now.
Well, again, gonna just catch on that tyre wear phrase. I don't know if Janu's actually driving a bit too hard. I don't know how tyre wear is going to affect him compared to Peter. Peter very much an endurance racer and knows how to look after tyres, so that could play an interesting role.
You see Jeff Revere joining the chat as well. Evening, Jeff. Great to see you. We're about midway through race 1, and this is where the tyres really start to go off now. So this should be quite interesting to see how it plays out, and especially on this track, Ryan, the guys after race 1 said they were sweating.
Yeah, and I think Peter Geldenhuys is already struggling a bit there for grip.
See JP Hamilton there now. Or as we call him, Lulu Hamilton. He doesn't like that name at all, but I think he had gone off somewhere, and also just trying to get to the end now.
Yeah, he's personally not one that favours high horsepower rear wheel drive cars. So definitely getting to grips with the car and slowly but surely hanging on there. Very late in there.
And now it seems like he's catching up to Jay, so he's also coming to lap Jay now. Jay, it seems like as these tires start to wear off now, Jay is starting to come into play, but the problem is he's going to run out of laps before those tires will start working in his favour.
Yeah, I think also the time lost per lap, even if I'm not mistaken, even with running the softs, once the tyres have gone off, you still got good pace. The car's performance is just not all the way there, but not remotely close to running a harder profile.
Danny van Rooyen there, just enjoying himself. You can see that car's not even slightly sliding anywhere, so he's saved his tyres so far, and he's just going to take it to the end. If he makes no mistake, he's got this one in the back.
Yeah, and there's no competition at the moment close to him, so he can afford to take it a little bit easier and preserve the tyres.
See Ryan Lou coming through there in second place. Michael Rust in the Monster Mustang making it third place. And Melvin Goes in fourth place, unable to catch up to Michael. So Michael putting in a superb event here, and he's got that Mustang exactly what he wants it to do, and a solid performance from him there.
Oh, he's got some excellent pace and definitely making it work for him. I don't know if he's made a mistake there. Almost looked that way.
Ooh, and that is
Melvin with a huge line there.
Was talking about this is where the tires start to go off, and it does seem like the Camaro is not handling the worn out tires as well as the Mustang does.
No, it seems to be the case. I think it's also because I think the Camaro drivers are also knowing that they're a bit more comfortable on the brakes, and the tires actually take huge hammering on the brakes as well.
So you can see the bit of glare there from his windscreen. Not sure what that's all about, but
I think that may be a bit skin related.
So he's unable to catch up to Lyle. So Lyle is keeping that gap ahead of Yanni, and also
He's
not
keeping it cool.
It's right smack bang in the middle there, not catching up to Peter, but also not losing ground to Yanni.
Consistency wins you points, eh?
That's for sure.
And Peter is that Jay in front of him?
Yeah, that's Peter catching Jay now. Ooh, that's a very wide entry
Ooh,
there.
that almost got scary.
That's the grass.
Jay leaving lots of room there. That curb probably one of the most difficult to take.
Yeah, it does tend to bite, and it bites really, really hard, as we'll see, hopefully, during the event. I know of a couple of guys that had some moments there, and yeah, not going to say anything more.
Some cars like it, some don't, and in this case, I don't think they generally like it. Yeah, understeer becoming a big factor now.
Lyle running a bit wide there. Yeah, the Camaro, the rear end gets loose, and it seems like with the Mustang and even Peter, a lot of understeer through there. So that
and you get so caught out because it's a case of you've got understeer, and oh damn, here's oversteer, and it's these cars too much oversteer is not a good thing.
And they are huge. I mean, if you look at them standing on the grid, it takes up that whole grid slot. So they are big and they are nasty, but they're a lot of fun to drive, that's for sure.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic mod.
Michael Russ there in third place. Not losing a lot of time, but you can see the tyre wear on his car also going now almost a second off pace from what it was in the beginning of the race. And another factor is as the field goes out, the rear end starts to get loose, and even more loose.
Yeah, so it's quite an interesting weigh scale, if I want to refer to it that way. And Melvin taking it very wide there. Another proof of how tyre wear is going to become a huge factor here. So but Michael Russ being very consistent though.
Melvin trying his best to make up and try and get that third place from Michael, but with the laps running out about 3 or 4 laps to go, I highly doubt that he's going to be able to pull it off.
Michael keeping it cool, calm, and just get the times in and not make any mistakes.
You can see Melvin sliding the car all over the place. He is really trying his best to catch up, but sliding like that is not going to help him achieve his goal. He's going to just wear out the tires completely, and again going super wide into the wall there.
That is very unfortunate. That's going to cost a lot of time.
He's still pushing really hard. He hasn't given up. But I think Michael just playing it safe. He knows he's got enough of a lead over Melvin to just settle down and get towards the end.
Yeah. What's interesting to see how the difference between the Camaros and the Mustangs, as we see there on Melvin's car, very sideways. Goodness me. Is the amount of rake between the front and the rear axle. As the Camaro seems like it's more nosediving, where the Camaro seems a bit more flat, and I think that's where a lot of difference comes in.
In actual fact, the rear end of the Camaro, the tires on that one is completely done for, and the Camaro really gets a handful towards the end, as we can see there. And Melvin again playing with that curb.
Those tires, there's nothing left now.
And well, that is why I was playing like that. It's the end of the race there, guys. Michael Russ taking third place. Dani van Rooyen there taking yet another victory. It's 3 out of 3 for him. He won both the opening rounds, and he takes number 1 here at Kyalami as well.
Absolutely fantastic job.
You see Ryan Lurik there going for a couple of donuts. Ryan taking second place there and celebrating in style.
V8 power, there's only one thing to do.
So guys, we'll be right back. We're going to cross over and we will see you in about 2 minutes time for race 2.
See you then.
welcome back, guys. Race 2 there. Ryan, we see the guys lining up. Top 10 in reverse order. So, front row being taken there by Jay de Villiers on the inside with Yannick Coetzee right beside him. Behind
I
them.
think Jay took the softer compound this time.
Well, he'll be happy to see some fresh air, and I can assure you that he has got the pace to keep the guys at bay. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting mix because the pace was not that far split, but for the faster guys at the back to make their way through with the cars being so wide and big, that is going to be a serious challenge.
Now they've got their work cut out for them. We hear them revving up. You can see the flames coming out there. And they are off, and Jay getting a fantastic start here. Look at Dylan Fisaki there on the outside.
Donnie, nowhere to go, but fortunately no contact made. Bit of rubbing here and there.
And all these guys
Absolutely
side by side trying to get through there.
Some taking the wider lines.
And Jay just shutting the door there ahead of Yannick Coetzee. Yannick Coetzee now in second, Lyle Ramsey third, Melvin Goes in fourth place. Fifth place we have Janu van der Westhuizen. So Janu already coming up through the field, and he is really going to be flying here for sure.
Oh, that's for sure. And Jay definitely appreciating the fresh air, as you'd say, and making definite use of the fact that he can actually put the hammer down now.
Jay de Villiers now on soft tyres, and you can see the difference it makes. Really struggling race 1, but now leading race 2, and a whole pack of cars right behind them. But it looks like he and Yanni has got some air between themselves and Lyle in third place.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see whether they can hold off some of the faster guys, and gonna prove everyone's challenges here.
And look at this, Dani van Rooyen from last place all the way up into fifth place already, side by side there with Dylan Fisaki. Dylan the truck assist car, Dani the Optus car, and he's trying to get through this field as quickly as possible. Lyle Ramsey now coming under pressure from Melvin Goes, and Dani sticks to move on the inside there. Dylan stays ahead, so Dani's still trying to get past Dylan.
Yeah, I think Donnie, knowing that he's still got a lot of work ahead of him and doesn't want to overheat the tyres just yet.
And look at this, side by side, and Janu also wants some of the action. He's going to go on the inside of Dani.
He's taking a big sniff there.
And look at this, Dylan leaving enough room there. Dani just playing it safe, but Michael Rust also coming into play, as is Ryan Ludik. So these 5 cars, all of them are capable of top 5. And so this is going to be very interesting. Dani now taking the lead of that pack, and he's going to work his way towards Lyle Ramsey for sure now.
Yeah, Donnie definitely not going to take it too hard. I'm sure he wants to look after his tyres. After the feedback in race 1, I'm sure he wants to just take it a little bit easier. Lyle hot on the heels there of Melvin Goes.
Melvin not being
definitely a lot tighter.
Oh, and that's going to cost him. Unfortunately,
that's a big one.
That is a big one. That is going to completely break the car. So great run there by Lions. But
that is unfortunate. Goodness, but that bites. We've said it bites, and it just shows. Being on the grass on the power is definitely not something that's recommended.
And look at this, Ryan Ludik and Michael Rust at it again. Janu van der Westhuizen now on the inside of Dylan Fisaki. And Dylan runs a bit wide, but he comes back. Can he stay ahead? They side by side as they go towards Cheetah. Ooh, Dylan running
wide, trying to make some space and make it safe.
And this is going to bunch them all right up.
Yeah, they lost a bunching when Lyle went off. The guys keeping it calm and didn't want to make any incidents, but right back up to each other again. Peter there in the background, I know he opted for a hard tyre compound by mistake, and definitely not working out for him.
You can see Jay still leading there. Fantastic job there by him. And Yanni now coming under attack from Melvin Goes, so this should be quite interesting. Oh, and Yanni almost loses it.
He's lost a lot of drive there.
Melvin trying to put his nose on the inside. Can he pull it off? This almost side by side.
Oh, that is so close.
And look at
Goodness
Dani.
me. Oh, Alvin almost being caught out there on the brakes.
Dani's just sitting there and waiting for something to happen. Up into 4th place. It's a Camaro sandwich between 2 Fords, and these guys are giving it their all. And Dani will surely want to pass as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but he's going to have his work cut out because it's not the easiest when there's 2 cars battling it out in front.
And Melvin goes onto the grass.
Oh, that is scary.
Well, that
very scary.
That allows Dani to get past him, so Dani's pulled, but Dani runs wide as they go towards the crocodiles, and Melvin seriously late on the brakes there.
Knowing the Camaro is better on the brakes, very well done.
And Yanni
just slightly wide there. I don't know, Janu seems to have broken away from...
Bit of contact there between Jan. That is Dani and Melvin actually, so Dani pulling over to let Melvin pass again. Good sportsmanship there. Unfortunately, the slightest of taps and that rear-wheel drive just went round.
Yeah, at a point where you're on the throttle, that just doesn't work out too well. But Janu seems to have broken away quite nicely from the fighting pack, so he's quite on his own there, making some good headway.
So if I'm correct there, Janu now in 3rd place? Yes, so he's going to try and catch up. Oh, bit of a side there.
He's heavy on the throttle there. Jay having the time of his life there in front. He knows he can run it there and making full use of it.
And then a repeat of race 2. We've got Ryan Lurik and Michael Rust racing together again. They're just behind Janu van der Westhuizen there. So Ryan going to try and keep up with Janu, and Michael going to try and get as close as possible to try and maximize on points.
We've got Donnie and Melvin following suit, and 2 very quick drivers definitely want to make their way to the front. Seems like Mustang very a lot late on the brakes there at the top.
Yeah, the Camaro definitely has a bit of brakes, and these guys really pushing it to the max. And Donnie having gotten past, yeah, he's past Melvin now, so now he's got his sights set on Michael Rust. So Donnie has got a lot of work cut out for him, but as I said earlier, he knows this car like the back of his hand, and he's got it set up perfectly, and he's absolutely flying. So it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up on the podium again, but it is going to take a lot of work to do that.
Well, it's the thing as well. Once you enjoy a particular car, you know that you can do exceptionally well.
And look at this, Jay de Villiers now coming under pressure from Yannick Coetzee, and in the background you can see Janu van der Westhuizen closing in ever so slightly.
Yeah, Janu's definitely driving the socks off that Shell Mustang.
So it's surely going to turn into a 3-way battle very, very soon. And Janu van der Westhuizen there in 3rd place, and I think behind him, yeah, that's Ryan Lurik and Dani van Rooyen now on the rear bumper of Michael Rust.
Having all options to look at, and not the place to shows that it's not the place to pass. He'll pick his move very wisely and wait it through.
Let's see what Dani does. He's quite late on the brakes into Leeuwkop. Will he may be able to make a move? He's going to the inside line. He's going to do an undercut on Michael. Michael sticks to the inside line. Dani coming in wild.
Very late on the brakes there, but very nicely executed.
And Dani executes it. We knew he was going to attempt that. He likes to do that, and yet again he does it.
And it's super brave on the throttle once you do an undercut, because it is so tempting to bite you.
Yeah, the rear just wants to come out and literally wants to kill you.
That's for sure.
And up ahead, Jay de Villiers under attack from Yannick Coetzee and Janu van der Westhuizen coming closer every single lap. But Jay hanging on to that 1st place, and I think he's enjoying it, running up ahead.
He's absolutely brilliant. And these cars are going to all bunch up very soon, and that's going to be a race to watch.
Jay coming back into terms. We know he was quick. He was out of sim racing for a long time. A welcome return. His first.
Oh, and Yanni gets the inside there. Oh, Jay
Jay
runs slightly wide, and Yanni just says, yes, I want part of that. This is becoming very heated.
Now look at Janu. Janu is just catching up every single corner as these guys are battling. Oh, and unfortunately there for Jay, something has happened. Not sure what happened, but it looks like we have lost Jay.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
So might be a connection error or power or something, but unfortunately for us, Jay retiring there from the lead. This would have been an epic battle, but now you see Janu van der Westhuizen and Yannick Coetzee starting to battle it out.
Lot of understeer there by Yanni. But Janu, absolutely, that accelerator is glued to the floor.
Very
Yanni
late on the brakes.
Closing the door. Who's gonna have the clonkers down the mine shaft?
And we see Mike Melvin Gous having passed Michael Rust as well, so not sure what happened there. I think Michael might have lost a bit of time there. Melvin very late on the brakes. And very sideways out of the corner as well.
Yeah, you could see the entry lines into there was very different, and chose.
And this is
becoming very heated.
Fight for the lead. It's Janu van der Westhuizen, Yannick Coetzee, Ryan Ludik, Danny van Rooyen, Melvin Gous, Michael Rust. These are your top 6. And this is the battle for first place. Danny van Rooyen on the rear bumper. He's very late on the brakes. On the inside of Ryan. Can he pull it off? Ryan says, well, you're going to have to work for it. A bit of a touch there. Ryan backs out of it. And Janu now being haunted by Yannick Coetzee there.
And very sideways again from Yanni. He likes that one.
And
bit of a nudge there.
Bit of a touch there. That's going to cost him. Oh, yeah, can he hang on to it? Can he, no. Almost takes that Ryan Ludik there.
Fortunately, missing out on that one, and yeah, that's racing. Unfortunately,
so
but that's such a high-speed corner. Any slight disturbance in interaction there, it's gone.
And he lost it big time. He lost it in a spectacular fashion. And well, Michael Rust now having gained that position, will Yanni be able to catch up? I think he's got hot tires now, so it's not going to be as easy. And it seems like Michael Rust is now catching up to Melvin Gous as well. So this should become an interesting battle as well.
Yeah, no, you mentioned hot tires as well, and yes, another favorite thing with these, if you spin and lose out and overheat of those tires, it takes about 2 or 3 laps for them to cool down, so back to optimum temperature. So a very tricky car once you spun out.
Oh, Melvin Gous losing it. Melvin Gous, big slide.
With a massive 360.
He keeps on
and he holds on to it. Goodness me. It seems like it's an SRA thing to do 360s and still keep it going straight.
We've seen it a couple of times, and yeah, side by side now with Michael Rust, but I can assure you that car's not going to handle. He closes
that door hard. Oh, Michael up for a challenge here. Knows Melvin's going to struggle now.
That tire is super hard, the Camaro. Yeah, you can see it's all over the place. Really struggling to get the power down, and Michael just pulling away. Yannick coming into play there now. So that's the end of it there.
Yeah, I think those tires have seen their better days.
And look at this, Danny van Rooyen now attacking Janu. Janu running Janu just goes through. That was quite an easy pass for him. Janu just ran a bit wide, and Danny saw the opportunity and immediately went for the gap.
As we've said, understeer has been the enemy over here tonight, and yeah, not the easiest thing. Slightly late on the brakes, and it's a big mess.
And look at Janu sliding it into Leeuwkop there. He's not giving up. He is pushing that Mustang to the limit.
No, that's for sure. And if I'm not mistaken, Janu was running a slightly more rearwards brake bias than most others, so under brakes it would tend to throw the back end out.
You can see Ryan Ludik there starting to catch up to Janu now, so I'm not sure if the Camaro is looking better after its tyres this time round, but Ryan right up there in contention for a good result.
A bit squirming there, but keeping it on the black stuff at the very least. But yeah, Jano definitely maximum attack on the throttle there. He doesn't want to give that one up.
See Chantal de Jager there, having retired to the pits, not sure what happened there, but hopefully it's just not in something big like breakdown or something on her side of a rig, but yeah, she should be back shortly.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Like we said, not quite feeling comfortable with the car just yet, but it does grow on you, and you do get used to it.
Well, in the background there, you can see that Mustang pulling away from the Camaro. That Camaro of Melbourne, it's absolutely not in a happy place at the moment, and again, super sideways.
That is scary.
The tires on that car is long gone, and it's going to be a surviving battle now rather than a race.
Well, it makes for a spectacular show.
And Danny van Rooyen, now look at this. Ryan Ludik is definitely catching up to Janu. So Janu, not sure what he's planning there, but he's going to have to plan something very quick if he wants that Camaro out of his rearview mirrors.
Yeah, I think Janu there he's driven the socks off of that car, and I think tyre wear is big factor here. And you can already see he's really struggling to get it under the power.
Past the midway mark, and that's when they start to give headaches. And Ryan catching up very quick now.
You can see Jano definitely spinning under acceleration there, and just not having an answer. Even still, so we know the Mustangs are quicker out of the corners, but Jano not having the answer at the moment.
Oh, and Jano runs wide. That allows Ryan to make a quick, and that's the second time he loses position under braking with the Mustang. So
not quite feeling comfortable there at the moment.
It's turning in, and it's
Jano hard on the accelerator there. Now, the key question here is, will Jano have the answer?
Let's see if Jano can catch up. He's going to try. In the background there, it looks like Michael Russ now in fourth place is pulling away from Melvin Gous, but Melvin Gous being caught up by Yannick Coetzee.
Yeah, Melvin Gous absolutely making more use of the tires than what they're designed for is not working in his favour there.
And again, the Camaro not happy at the moment, and it's all over the show currently. I think those tires are super hot, and there is just no traction in them, and that's look at that. As soon as he gets on the power, it's super sideways on a full-on lock.
He's not going to have an answer. But Melvin absolutely thoroughly enjoying it. We know he loves going sideways, and it clearly shows.
Side by side.
Slamming the door closed. And he gets a tap from the behind.
Well, he hangs on to it.
Holds on to it. Goodness me. That is not the easiest task at hand.
And this time I think that is the end of it.
He's overdone it. He's overdone it. Tires are long gone.
That is the end of it for sure.
Unfortunately, that's the way it plays out, and mistakes happen.
You see Lyle Ramsey there still in the running.
Very lonely race though.
Not the drive we would have liked. Had a very good result in race one. It seems like this race he struggled a bit, so I'm not sure if it was the tyres, if the guys changed on the setup, or whether it was incidents. But not a lot of incidents, except when it was their own fault.
No, that's for sure. And I mean, I know guys tend to actually make changes to their setup in the between the races, and it's not usually the wisest move.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. 2 clicks on a toe and it completely changes the car, and you've been running it for a complete race and practice and quali, and you just can't get used to it.
No, that's for sure. And we see Ryan
very wide there.
Not being able to break away from Janu, and Janu's back on his tail.
And Janu's thoroughly loving this Mustang.
Well, he can't put it on its roof now, so I think that takes a special kind to do. Well, lots of understeer there from Janu. I think Janu's definitely struggling for grip now.
Yeah, the tyres going off up on two wheels there as they go towards the final corner. Yeah, that Mustang starting to understeer now, and Jano really struggling for grip. 3/4 of the race done and dusted. Michael Russ, we see there currently all on his own in 4th place. 5th place now, Yannick Coetzee.
Also very all on his own. I mean, it's a debatable match because it's so far apart you can't really catch up to anyone, but you can actually get to look after your tires and not make any mistakes through the later parts of the race. Where Pieter Gelden is really struggling there.
Peter on hard tires.
That is a real struggle at the moment for Pieter there, and not the wisest move to go to harder tires.
Well, Melvin's still going, but Lyle has caught up very, very quick, and that Camaro is all over the
no,
show.
The tires are really gone. There's nothing left, and Lyle going a little bit too far on the inside there.
I think he saw that big lump of Camaro and he thought, I'm not going to go into that.
That's for sure. But I think he's going to keep very well clear of the Camaro at the moment.
Lyle putting in a sterling performance here, and I think if he takes this one, he's up into 6th or 5th place again. So he is taking the points home for sure. It's 2 good solid runs, and I think it's only a matter of time before he gets past Melvin. That Camaro is just all over the place. There is nothing of that rear tires left, as well as aero damage at the back and a big shunt at the front. Oh, and a bit of contact there.
Well, that doesn't help the situation. But Melvin again holding on to that. How? I don't know.
And Lyle backing out a bit, playing it safe. He knows this car is not well, and I think he's just going to play
very
for time.
Loose on the brakes there, yeah. Melvin really putting the hammer down. He's now skimming, just going to go for it. Hard in the downshifts there. What a brilliant sound.
Up, as I said,
the
tires are gone. It bites him again.
Unfortunately, that happens.
They just sound so good. 2nd place there, Ryan Ludik. And then Danny van Rooyen, all on his own. We've forgotten about him. Leading the way. 2 laps to go. And a superb job. He's going to make it 2 out of 2. Bring it home. And that will put him with a healthy lead in the championship.
Oh yeah, for sure, by miles, but not breaking away too far, we can see there. But I think he's definitely playing it a lot safer in the second heat and just bagging the points. But really thoroughly enjoying himself right at the moment. He knows he can keep it there in front.
He's just saving his tyres. No bravados, a bit sideways under the brakes, but still super clean. You can see the car just puts the power down, no issues at all.
Yeah, Donnie is very good with throttle control, and it really shows.
Especially on these high-powered cars. The more power we give him, the better he drives them.
Yeah, that's for sure. But he really likes it, and superb effort there.
And there, Donnie crossing the line, taking the win. Ryan Ludik taking 2nd place. Jano van der West is in a fantastic 3rd place. Michael Rust coming down the main straight. He's going to come home in 4th place. 5th place should be Yannick Coetzee. Yannick Coetzee there coming home in 5th place.
Very loose on accelerating there.
Lyle Ramsey there taking 6th place. Fantastic job once again.
Quite comfortable. Keeping it cool.
And now Peter Gelden is having caught Melvin, so that Camaro is not doing so well this time round.
Yeah, but both of these Camaros really struggling with one
Straight
with
into the
incorrect
wall
tires.
there.
Oh goodness, very difficult. But absolute superb effort, and then we see in the background Chantal de Jager just finishing and scoring the points as needed.
Unfortunately lost a couple of guys. I think the saddest part was losing Jay de Villiers out of the lead. I mean, it would have been interesting to see what could have been had he not run into problems.
Yeah, that would have that's very sad, but yeah, unfortunately, anything can happen, and yes, it can happen to the best of us.
Well,
But
a
that was absolutely fantastic race there.
fantastic race there, and I mean, as you could see, it was these cars are not easy to drive. They're definitely not forgiving, but they are loads of fun. Um, the time factor of the length of the races just comes into play with the tyre wear, so you've got to think about that. And I think as the season in 2 weeks' time, we go back to the Aussie tracks where these cars were built to run there, and they're going to be a lot more comfortable on there. And coming up Melbourne, we all know Melbourne is super nice track, very fast, and a lot of walls to hurt you.
No, that's for sure. I mean, not like these cars really enjoy the walls. It's proven, but yeah, it's going to be super tricky. Going to be a lot closer as well, and a lot tighter corners too. So throttle control definitely going to play a huge factor.
No, that's for sure. Well, guys, I thank you for watching. Total of 31 views, not bad at all. And for anyone interested, I see Omar question there. Jeff, come on, man. Get used to rear-wheel drive. Hop in. It's fun. I know Omar for a fact. He's one of the best drift guys out there. And I reckon if we get him in one of these, it should be for one hell of a show.
No, that's for sure. We do need to make a special thanks to Maximum Effort Custom Accessories for sponsoring this league at the moment, and a huge thanks to BCRC Gaming for allowing us to use the mod. These mods are paid mods, so should you wish to participate, that will be one of the requirements. But huge thanks for that.
Yep, that is for sure, but it is well worth the amount of money you have to spend. It's not a lot, it's like $5 or something a month. The cars these guys build are absolutely crazy. And I mean, for certain, if there's a new car coming, that we will definitely be looking into and going the same route as we did with the V8s.
No, that's for sure, and provides some excellent racing.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week Sunday in the BTCC series. This time they are on, I think it is Kyalami.
That is correct.
That's also an interesting thing to see, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
No, that's for sure. Thanks, guys, all for watching, and have a great Sunday evening.
Cheers, guys. Ja, dit was flippend iets. Ek wil nou kyk of ek 'n video kan maak van daai